In this video, I am going to discuss with you paper 1 MCQ 2016 paper 1 economics. Right, this is a paper. Then the paper, then we will discuss from question number 1 to 10 first. 10 by 10 I will take within 5 videos. Question number 1. The concept of scarcity in economics refers to a condition where. What is scarcity? Scarcity is the gap between limited resources and unlimited wants. That is how you can define scarcity. Then the concept of scarcity in economics refers to a condition where. Question number 1, answer number 1. Society is not utilizing all of its available resources in an efficient manner. Wrong. People's wants can never be satisfied by the available resources. That is the answer. People's wants are unlimited, but the available resources are limited. Therefore, we cannot never satisfy all the wants of the people. That is the meaning of scarcity. Therefore, no need to look at other options. You can just select option number 2. People's wants can never be satisfied by available resources. Right. Question number 2. The production possibilities boundaries are drawn concave to the origin to reflect the right. What is PPC curve? Production possibility curve indicates the maximum production capacity of a country. When you draw the PPC curve, we make 3 main assumptions. One is our existing resources are utilized. We use existing technology and we are producing only 2 items. Likewise, we mainly make 3 assumptions. Then here, when it comes to concave, that is concave means bowed outward from the origin of the diagram. Therefore, it indicates increasing opportunity cost. Therefore, you should know what is concave, what is convex, and straight line, the constant. Therefore, if we take a PPC curve which is concave to the origin or bowed outward, it is used to indicate increasing opportunity cost. Therefore, you have to select option number 5 directly, increasing opportunity cost of producing more of either good. That means when you increase the production from one item, you have to sacrifice more and more from the other item. That is the meaning of increasing opportunity cost. Right. Question number 3. In a pre-market economy, which of the following is incorrect? Pre-market economy. That means we decide the price of the commodities by using supply and demand in the market. So, incorrect, you are given in bold letters. In a pre-market economy, which of the following is incorrect? Prices allocate resources equally among competing production sectors in the economy? No. They don't allocate equally resources to produce goods and services. They allocate more for which is giving more profit. Prices indicate relative scarcities and cost of production of goods and services. No, wrong. Relative price changes are a determinant of firm's profit and therefore the economic encourage or discourage production. Right. Prices are measures of consumers' willingness to pay for goods and services. No. Prices signals to consumer how much they must sacrifice to obtain commodity. Again, when it comes to the question, in a pre-market economy, which of the following is incorrect? Incorrect means wrong. Right. Then prices allocate resources equally among competing production sectors in the economy? No, that is wrong. Is the answer. Then, when you look at this type of question, especially you have to consider the word given bold letters. Otherwise, You will misunderstand. Incorrect means wrong. Therefore, if you select the correct one, no need to consider about other answer. You can move to next question. Then you can save time if you really know the answer. Prices allocate resources equally among competing production sectors in the economy. Wrong. Prices don't allocate resources equally. The product which gives more profit then is allocate more resources. Therefore, wrong answer is number one. In a competitive market with no externalities, allocated efficiency would exist if price equal. If price equal MC, marginal cost of production. You should know what is allocated efficiency, what is productive efficiency and economic efficiency. What is allocated efficiency? If the economy produces what the more society wants, that is called allocated efficiency. There will be allocated efficiency if the product price equal to marginal cost of the product. Therefore, answer is number 3, marginal cost in all market. Marginal cost. Number 3, if the price equal to marginal cost. Right. Okay, answer 3 is the correct one. Right. Next one. Question number 4. Question number 5. The term human capital refers. Human capital means labor, the skills and knowledge with the people. The skills and knowledge endowment of labor force is the answer. Correct answer is that number 3. Correct answer is number 3. But when you consider number 1, the labor resource used to make capital equipment, no, not only that. We are preparing consumable items also, no. Buildings and machinery, no. Entrepreneurship and risk-taking ability, no. Labor force employed in the health and education sectors. Entrepreneurship is not labor, capital labor. Labor force employed in the health and education sector, no, not only in those 2 sectors, the whole economy. Therefore, answer is the skill and knowledge endowment of labor force is the human capital. Right. Then we can move to question number 6. Potential output. Potential output. That means country's gross domestic production. The maximum GDP that an economy actually achieved during the last 10 years. No, that is not the potential. Achieved during the periods when all of the labor force is employed in tradable goods producing sector. No. A goal that can never be achieved by the economy using all its resources most efficiently. The GDP that could be produced when the economy's resources were fully employed at a normal intensity of utilization. Right. The GDP that could be produced when the economy resources were fully employed at a maximum intensity of utilization. Right. Then you should know what is GDP. When it comes to answer for the GDP that could be produced when the economy's resources were fully employed at a normal intensity of utilization, that is the answer. That means normal condition. Gross domestic production, that is the potential output. When it comes to the GDP that could be produced when the economy's resources were fully employed at a maximum intensity of utilization, no, not maximum. It should be normal. Right. Answer is number 4, potential output. Number 7, suppose exists an inferior good and sold in a competitive market, assuming certain things remain constant in the market price. What are the effects of decrease in income of buyers and demand equilibrium price and the equilibrium quantity in the market? Now, inferior goods means, when the consumer's income increases, they decrease the quantity demanded and when they increase their income. Here they have mentioned that decrease in income, no, therefore really they, when the consumer's income decrease, they really decrease their quantity demanded. Decrease their quantity demanded, but that's depend on the product. X is an inferior good and sold in a competitive market, assuming clear things remain constant in the market for X. What are the effects of a decrease in income of buyers on the demand, equilibrium price, and the equilibrium quantity of in the market for X? Market for X. Then our question is, suppose X is an inferior good and sold in a competitive market, assuming clear things remain constant in the marketplace. What are the effects of a decrease in income of buyers on the demand, equilibrium price, and the equilibrium quantity in the marketplace? Right. You know, inferior goods, when it comes to this table, it is something complicated. Therefore, you have to carefully take time and read and understand these type of questions. Here, assuming that things remain constant, the marketplace, then what are the effects of a decrease in income of buyers? Decrease in income of buyers on the demand. Income decrease. Income decrease. Therefore, for a normal good, they don't change demand. But when there is decrease in income, normally people will increase the demand for inferior goods. Right. Increase we can select. Decrease, reject number 1. Number 3 we can reject. Number 5 also reject. Therefore, we have to select either 2 or 4. Right. When income increases, what will happen? The price will increase. Therefore, it won't happen decrease, no. Therefore, 4 is wrong. The number 2 is the correct one. Then quantity also increases. When the demand increases, quantity also increases. Therefore, answer is number 2. Demand increases, price increases, and quantity also increases. Number 2. Right. The answer is number 2. Therefore, you have to take time and understand. And you should remember what is inferior good and how does it affect to income. Right. Therefore, answer 2 is the correct answer. Right. Then we'll move to question number 8. The table below shows the maximum demand schedule and the supply schedule for a good before and after the imposition of a specific per unit tax on an essential commodity price 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Then quantity demanded 50, 50, 50. Same. Quantity supplied before tax from 20 to 60 and quantity supply after tax 0 to 40. What was the tax per unit? You know, if you take quantity demanded and quantity supply before tax, at price 15, that is the equilibrium price, and quantity will be 50. Equal, no? We have equal quantity demanded and equal quantity supplied. Right. But for you to find tax per unit, you check the quantity supplied after tax. You know, when the government imposes unit tax for the product, especially producers or sellers wants to increase the price, and they try to move total tax to buyers, but it's depending on the elasticity of the product, elasticity of the supply. But anyway, we can check the quantity supplied after tax. You know, when you consider price 14, demanded 50, supply is 40, no? Excess demand by 10 units. But when it comes to price 16 now, after tax, they supplied 40. Therefore, at 14 price earlier before tax, they supplied 40, but now they supplied number of units 40 at 16 price. Therefore, when you consider 40 number of units supplied at 14 and number of units supplied at 16 price, then we can take the difference between 16 and 14. The tax will be 2 rupees per unit. Therefore, answer is number 1. Tax amount is 2 rupees. Right. We'll move to question number 9. The price elasticity of demand for ballpoint pen is minus 3.0. When the price of a ballpoint pen is 25 rupees, quantity demand is 300 pens. How much will be demanded when the price falls to 20? Price here we should consider price of demand. When the price is 25, quantity demand of 300 pen, then we have to find when it comes to price 25 to 20, what is the quantity demand? Then if you know the PD, what is the meaning of PD, then you can find the answer. Right? They have given you PD equal minus 3, no? Normally PD take minus. That means percentage change in quantity demand divided by percentage change in price, no? 3 means when the price change by 1%, quantity demand will increase by 3%. Right. When you consider 25 to 20 change in price, that is change in price 5, initial price 25 into 100, that is 20%. That is 20%, 1/5 percentage. As you are given P is 3 minus 3, that means there will be changing quantity demand was 3 times of that. And if the price change by 20%, the quantity demand will change 60%. Therefore, initial quantity demand 300. Out of 300, we take 60% to find the new demand. If you take 10%, then you just cut 10, that is 30 into 6 equal to 60%. 30 into 6 is 180. Then when there's decrease in price from 25 to 20, there will be increase in quantity demanded by the 180. 180 plus initial quantity 300, and new quantity will be 480. 480. Therefore, when it comes to 20 unit price, there will be 480 units quantity demand. The answer is number 4. As you are given PD, you can easily find that. And you should know the meaning of PD and the relationship between change in price and change in quantity demand. So here, price has changed by 20%. As they have given you PD as 3, that means change in price is equal to 1. Then 3 times of price change equal to change in quantity demand. Therefore, 20% change in price, then multiplied by 3 equal to change in quantity demand. That is 60%. The initial quantity 300. Then when you take 60% from 300, it's equal to 180. Then 180 plus initial quantity 300. Total quantity at 20 rupees 480. Therefore, answer is number 4. Then we move to question number 10. The market supply curve for some goods or services would shift to the left when the market supply curve for some goods or service would shift to left. Left means decrease in supply. Technology improves? No. Then there should be increase? No. The price of input fall? No. The price of inputs increases, then there will be increase in cost of production. Therefore, supply curve will shift to left from the origin. Original supply curve to left, inwards. Therefore, answer is number 3. The prices of inputs increase. then supply curve would shift to left. When the prices of inputs increase, there will be increase in cost of production. Therefore, your original supply curve will shift to left. Answer is number 3.